This weekend sees the first ever Ryan Niambe derby, and I've got a Tix fan on the other end, and we're going to talk all about it next. That's right, folks. Back once again with another Rovers Rivals video. Today we're going to talk with a Wigan Athletic fan all about this weekend's action, and we'll get to that in just a second. If you know where you've been, stop what you're doing, swallow what you're doing, smash your subscribe, your one-stop shop for Rovers content, World Cup content, Championship content as a bloody whole. We're going to all here, boys and girls, under one roof. Of course, we'll talk all about that in a second. Of course, big shout out to the VIPs. They are the patrons, of course. But let's waste no more further ado and get into the business. Okay, so joining me today is Barry, who is a Wigan Athletic fan. He is Barry. Tell my small community out there why on earth you support Wigan Athletic.
Well, it's quite simple, really. I was born in Wigan, I grew up in Wigan, and I live in Wigan. And support your local team. That's all I'll say. You know, we've enough United and Liverpool supporters living in the town without another one. So yeah, I went to my first game in 1971, FA Cup tie against Halifax Town, 20th of November. I remember it like it was yesterday. The pitch was covered in snow, even though it was only November. It used to snow. We used to have proper winters in those days. They cleared the snow away. It was backed up against the perimeter walls, as you see, on old footage. We played with an orange ball. We were a non-league club. Halifax Town were this massive club from the 4th Division who were riding high at the time. And we beat them 2-1, and the rest, as you say, is history.
Yeah. Well, you have enjoyed the good and the bad and the ugly. Premier League, of course, you were there for a few years, and good memories there. But we are in a new season, of course, back in the Championship for the Ticks, of course. What are your thoughts on how the end of last season played out, and of course, your start to the new campaign?
Yeah, well, the season, a title-winning season. So we've been in the last 3 times we've been in League One. We've not, have we? We nearly got relegated one season, but 3 out of the last 4 times we've been in League One, we've won it, and you'll know that because you finished runners-up to us. You was on our coattails for all the season, and we picked you at the post. Yeah. We finished this. I mean, we were so dominant last season. At the start of the season, I thought, it was going to be a mid-table sort of season. No pressure of promotion or relegation. Within 3 games, you could see, you could see we were going to be pushing up at the top end, and we just built on that through the season, like a steamroller going through the fixtures, and that's how the season panned out, and we deservedly became champions, and that strength. I think the important thing about it is when we finished the administration season, and we went into the start of last season, we had only 3 players on the books. That's all we had. So there was a massive recruitment drive, and Liam Richardson, who is a god in Wigan, he brought in a team of a squad of players with the right character. I mean, it's an old cliche, but the more mates than teammates, the real buddies, and it shows. And that character has come through because we all know it's a big step between League One and the Championship, and. For me, we've started the season really well. We've only tasted defeat once, even though that was a bit of a paste into that team you don't care to mention up the road from you. But I'll be honest with you, if anybody finishes above them, they'll win the title. I was so impressed with them. It's our character that's carried us through. We played Norwich away, who looked a quality side, but we drew 1 apiece and we could have won that game, So we won on Saturday in adversity, even though we fell behind and we was under the cosh. We came strong in the second half and won. We went to Birmingham City, had a man sent off after 10 minutes, unjustly, got rescinded the week after, does no good though. But we won that game 1-0. So it's that strength of character that runs through the team. And I think that's important to mention, coming from last season through to this. And I think that in itself will pick us points up, as we go through the season this time round.
All right, and of course, you have started pretty well, considering your leap from League One. But what are your hopes for the season? Are you expecting Wigan to have a crack at them playoffs, or do you think it's going to be keeping an eye on those hot spots down below?
Yeah, we've no delusions of grandeur, believe me. So we know what the test is this season, and we know what the aim is as well. The aim is to still be in this division at the start of next season, and I'd be happy with that. and the further up the table we go, I'll be delighted, for every place above that. Realistically, I was looking at us finishing somewhere between, say, 18th and 16th, in that little bracket. We've started the season quite well. First game, as I mentioned, the first game was against Preston, who are your typical mid-table Championship club, and it was a 0-0 draw, as it's been with Preston nearly every game they've played this season. But we were tested against them right at the beginning, and they were no better than us. In fact, if it was a boxing match, we'd have come out winners on points, and that was a good gauge. And I thought, yeah, we're going to be all right with the players we've got, and we've added to the squad since. So yeah, I'm quite happy, and I think that's where we'll finish. Forget going for the playoffs; it's not going to happen. I know some of our supporters might get carried away a little bit, but yeah, mid-table mediocrity, no blood pressure, that'll do me fine.
Yeah, those seasons are well, I don't know what's the word, but they're a nice welcome sometimes when you've been scrapping for the bottom or competing for promotion and stuff like that. Sometimes a good season where you're just in the middle, chilling out, enjoying football is a welcome tonic. You did touch on your business there in the transfer market. Are you happy with the business made by Wigan Athletic this summer?
Yeah, I mean, you always look to finish the winter stronger than you started it, and I think that's what we've done. Our first signing was an old favourite of yourselves, Ryan Niambe, who has come in, and our skipper, Tendai Darikwa, has dislocated his shoulder, and he was our right back, so Niambe stepped into the breach, and he's superb. He was man of the match on Saturday away at Luton, and I know he's not really what you'd class as a wing back, is he? He's more of a full back, a defending full back, where the man he's replaced is an attacking full back. But he had a hand in the first goal, which was brilliant, and he was up on the dead ball line of Luton Town, winning possession and busting into the area and laying it back for Callum Lang to get a strike away. And superb. And on our podcast, we run a player of the season, man of the match poll after every game, and he won it with ease. I'll be honest with you, he did. He won it with ease. So, yeah, really impressed with him. Strong bloke. Looks an athlete. I like him. Thank you for him.
Yeah, we miss him already. It was it was good to see him snapped up, but I think it's only a 1-year deal. That's what I'm getting at the moment. Hopefully that'll get sorted out.
Yeah, well, it's one deal, 1 year with an option, with options. So I think, I'm not sure if he came with a bit of an injury, because he had a medical up at Middlesbrough, I believe, and he failed that. So we tend to do this to like bring in a better quality player who might be having a little bit of an injury and give them time to recover from it. So that. We had Joe Bennett last season, exactly the same situation. He'd had an ACL at Cardiff, and then we picked him up on a free, and he didn't play till Christmas. But he's a top player, so we managed to get him at a decent, well, for nothing really. And I suppose his wages wouldn't have been that high either.
Okay, well, moving on to the player. Who's going to be the player of the year or player of the season for Wigan? Who's the one we got to keep an eye out coming Saturday at the DW?
Well, that's a bit of a tricky question. I mean, last season, our player of the season was Jack Watmore, centre-half. Started this season off in the same sort of form. Absolute quality. He's only 24. He was nicknamed the Bobby Moore of League One. So we're hoping he's going to turn into the Bobby Moore of the Championship this season. Like I say, he's been really good. Really good. He reads the game, doesn't tend to make too many tackles because he doesn't have to do. We've got a young lad called Tello Asgard. He's only 19. He's Norwegian, but he's not actually. He's from Liverpool. His parents are Norwegian, and they're playing the Liverpool Philharmonic Orchestra. So he's come to us. We've had him since he was 13, and he's just breaking through. Well, he's had 3 seasons, and you'll know Tello, because if you cast your mind back to your FA Cup exit last season at the DW Stadium, Tello Asgard smacked a goal in 90 minutes, and everybody said it was a cross, but it wasn't a cross because he does it all the time. And he scored on Saturday with another effort very similar and won us the game, and I think that was in 88 minutes. So he's good for a last minute effort, but he is a talent. He's going to go all the way to the top, Tello. So watch out for him, but he probably won't start. He's like an impact player at the moment, coming off the bench, more down to his age and the fact we like to ensure that we're not 5 goals down, which didn't happen against Burnley, as you know. But that's the sort of way we play. I'm sure we'll come on to that in a second. But he'll come on in the second half, and he is one to watch. And also, a personal favourite of mine is Callum Lang, another one of our academy products. He went out on loan to several clubs in the lower leagues. Last season, he was superb for us. And this season, he started again playing really well. And he's made the step up, which we was all hoping that he would do. So, yeah, Callum Lang and Tello Asgard and Jack Watmore at the back. I'd pick those 3 out for you to look out for.
Well, you picked a third of a squad there, or a third of a team, and that's what I'm going to ask you next. What will be the starting 11 for this weekend's match, Wigan Rovers at your gaff?
Well, Liam Richardson doesn't like changing the team too much, so I don't think... I think if you look at last Saturday's selection, that'll be how we'll start. I mean, we came away with a win. So we're probably looking at 3 at the back, 3 centre-halves, Watmore, Kerr and Tilt, with wing-backs of James McLean and Ryan Niambe. And in midfield, we'll have Tom Naylor and Max Power. Up front, Josh McGuinness leading the line, and Callum Lang and Will Keane supporting him. And I've no doubt that's how we'll start. We'll switch that formation during the game, because we always do. We'll probably go to a 4, bring on Graham Shinney, and bring on a couple of fresh forwards for in the closing stages of the game, the last half an hour, to inject a bit more pace into proceedings.
Okay, and of course, got to ask you this: score prediction Saturday. Are you going to take all 3 points, or will it be something a little bit different?
Well, if Ed and Art here, if I'm going with my heart, we're going to come away with a 2-0 win. I know you're either really good or really bad, I've been told. So that's, my heart tells me 2-0. But the way we've been playing, we're better on the road than what we are at home, and I'm being perfectly honest there. So I'm going to go with my head. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw.
Okay, that's not far off of me. I went with the 2-2. And that's being optimistic. And again, yeah, you are right. We are the good or bad, and we've been a bit more bad than good of late. Appreciate it, Barry. Thanks again, and hopefully have a good season after Saturday. But of course, and hopefully we can bring this back again at Ewood Park whenever we come back around, and we'll have another chat, see how you're getting on. But appreciate you coming in at a little bit of notice, and appreciate your thoughts and wisdom for the game. Any closing comments?
Yes, up the 6. Come on.
Fantastic. Well, there you have it, folks. There you bloody have it. Appreciate once again Barry for stopping by and giving us a bit of his thoughts and wisdom as we look forward to kick-off. And hopefully Barry does have a good season after Saturday, of course, from Sunday onwards. But I do appreciate you giving up a bit of time. But that is it, guys and girls. Make sure you smash your subscribe, smash the thumbs up, smash the little bell, of course. And we look forward to kick-off right here, right now, as, of course, the wheels are in motion. Of course, don't forget to watch us back here on the watch-along, of course, this coming Saturday. And then we'll have, of course, post-match reviews, reactions, vlogs, fan cams, all that kind of stuff right here at Blackburn Rovers. But anyway, guys and girls, we're out of here.